Man, just exciting. The crowd, the environment here is fantastic. Oklahoma City is just a fantastic place to play. The College World Series has been become a great celebration of girls fast pitch softball at the college level, and we're just honored to be here and appreciative to be here. As far as the game, I guess you got to start everything with Nyjah in the circle. She just so fantastic, and I thought she pitched a gem of a game. You know, she's able to attack the strike zone. And you get to the World Series and you play with a zone. It's, you know, the strike zone here is a very disciplined strike zone. And so you have to be able to challenge that zone, especially early in the count. And I think that's what separates her from most pitchers. She's good enough, she's talented enough to really pound the strike zone and still get the ball past hitters. It's really hard to square her up. So I thought she did a tremendous job against a very good hitting team. And in a World Series strike zone. I thought she was outstanding. I thought our defense was outstanding again tonight. No errors, it looks like. And then we just found a way to win. And that's kind of what we've become. We pride ourselves on being a mentally tough team, a resilient team that can go out under pressure and play defense when we have to play defense in tight moments. And then we pride ourselves as a team that'll find a way to win, whether it has to be with a double off the wall, a home run, or using our speed and our wheels. And we use our whole roster. We've learned to play everybody at this point in the season. My players all know their role, and they've all accepted their role. And we try to give as many people as we can an opportunity to help us win a game. And they did an outstanding job. I thought Michaela's base running, that took a lot of nerve to trust me right there. And she couldn't have executed it better. Luckily, you know, it took some luck. I think some things went our way and it worked. Could have easily looked really silly. But that's a gamble you have to take at this level. And then I thought the second run, the home run, I think it was a 3-2 count. You know, I was looking at the stats this morning, the last 10 games, and Haley Tony's hitting like 480. She's been an absolute rock star for us in the postseason. I felt so good about when she got that count of 3-2. I could tell she was really getting on time. That was a huge hit. And then I thought Reagan Jennings, again, I thought she was something like 9 for 16, 9 for 17 pinch hitting, and you put her in, and she just finds a way to get that hit. That was a huge run to be able to go out there in the seventh inning with a 3-1 lead instead of a 2-1 lead. So just super proud of my ball team. I should always compliment Vic Valdez. She does an amazing job behind the plate, and she was a great receiver for Nyjah tonight. She's the energy of our ball club. I thought she was outstanding as well behind the plate.
Okay, we go front row left, David.
David Collier, ABC Lubbock. MK, take us through that whole sequence. I guess Coach told you were going, but take us through the entire moment there until you slide through UCLA catcher's leg.
Yeah, so we had a plan. Coach Glasgow told me, hey, we're gonna go and we're gonna take a chance. And I had to trust him in that moment, and I trust him. He's a great coach, and so I was like, you know what, we're gonna do it. And it had to work in our favor, and luckily it did. And it got us all the momentum in our dugout to, you know, let Nyjah do her thing, and then let our offense, you know, take confidence at the plate and start swinging and start hacking. And so I thought it was just a cool moment, and you know, it was just a crazy moment just to slide in between someone's legs at the World Series. But yeah.
Okay, we'll go front row right.
Brady Vernon, South America. Just Nyjah, you held Grant and Woolery hitless. Just how much did your previous matchups with them in past years kind of help going into tonight?
Yeah, I feel like they helped a lot. I know Coach Tara went back and watched all of the games, and obviously those are two of the best hitters in the game. So we're definitely smart about pitching to them, knowing the damage that they can do. But yeah, I feel like I had a decent game against them, and all credit to Coach Tara, honestly, for just her pitch calling.
Okay, we go second row left.
Ryan Campos, CBS Lubbock. Haley, a moment for a freshman like yours to deliver that way, the first home run here at the Women's College World Series for Red Raider softball. Just describe that emotion and what that moment meant for not only you, but also the program as a whole.
Yeah, my second at bat, I was like on it. I felt like good when I swung. It just didn't happen to go my way. And then my third at bat, I just was literally trusting my swing and him telling me to get on top. And then it just happened. And then all the momentum, like Michaela said, it was all in our dugout, and I just felt confident going up to the plate.
Okay, we'll go second row right.
Ty Kaplan, the Daily Toreador. For all of y'all, obviously that second inning, bases get loaded. Coach Glasgow was a little emotional, and then you get the strikeout, you get the out, and then he comes over to you guys and is just fired up. Can you run me through that, the emotions, and just kind of the coach that Coach Glasgow has been for y'all in those kind of big moments?
Yeah, I feel like he was just firing us up, and I feel like that just describes him as a coach. Like he's always going to fight for his players, always going to just be excited for us, and he wants to see us win.
Yeah, I feel like he always has confidence in us, and no matter what situation, and yeah, just fired us up.
I definitely think like you can feel his energy in our back pocket, and it gives us confidence on the field and at the plate. And you know he's rooting for us and he wants the best for us, and so it's good to have him in our back pocket with all that energy.
Okay, we go second row left.
Pete Christie, KCBD in Lubbock. For all the players, a lot more work to do, but you get another day off, and you're in the College World Series semifinals. Can you all talk about that?
Yeah, it feels amazing. Just this being our first time here as a team and just being able to get to the semifinals, I feel like it's a huge accomplishment by itself. But obviously, we're not finished. We're going for the whole thing, like every other team here. But yeah, it's definitely something to be proud of, and we're definitely going to take the day off, rest, relax, probably do some early morning hitting, and then yeah, get back at it.
Yeah, like Nigel said, job's not done, and we just have to come out again with confidence in that last inning and have each other's back.
I'd say just coming off a win, getting a day off, it's going to be nice for us going into our next game, and it gives us a lot of confidence. But also just like this team is just so special, and we're getting to show the world that, and it's just a good moment to have with each other, and just being there for each other and fighting for each other. So, yeah.
Okay, we go second row left.
Nathan Geese, Lubbock Avalanche Journal. Michaela, you being the hometown kid, being on this team, coming back and being part of this, what has all of this meant to you? And then have that moment being from the Lubbock area and getting that opportunity?
It's definitely just so special to put Lubbock on the map, and getting to show everyone like what Texas Tech is like really made of, and it's just so special for my hometown, and like seeing everyone at the World Series and seeing so many hometown people coming and supporting us is just so special, and just being a hometown kid makes it even more special. Get to watch our community, and we love our community, and they're so supportive for us, and just getting to grow this program is just a huge thing for us. So yeah.
Okay, last one for players, third row in the right.
Hi there, Andrew Waters with KTXT in Lubbock. Obviously, a lot of Red Raiders came out here Thursday, a lot of Red Raider fans out here today. Can y'all just talk about how impactful it's been to have all these fans here, especially with these games being as close as they were?
Yeah, kind of the same thing Michaela said. I feel like we just really feel the community, and everyone just loves Tech in Lubbock. So just being able to feel the crowd in our back pocket, I feel like we can use use that momentum.
Yeah, I feel like they're always cheering no matter what, and once if there's a bad call, like they're always on it, and we just use that to fulfill like our, I guess, journey.
Just like getting to hear like Raider Power fill up the stands, that's something special that we do in Lubbock, and you hear it at football games, basketball games, and it's just so impactful getting to hear it in the softball world. And so I think that's very special for us, getting to have everyone come out and support us, and it's just special for our team.
Can you take us through that sequence with MK and the decision you made at that point, why you wanted to steal home?
Well, I said we'll wait till 2 strikes. When we get 2 strikes, we're going to start the runner first. And I think they'll look at the runner first. I don't think they'll throw it. And I want you to go. I want you to just take off and go. Kamikaze. And she looked at me like, what? Because it's not something we've practiced. I said, look, just trust me. If I'll be the one who takes the blame at the press conference, because I really thought that she would stand up and not throw to second, but I thought she would just flip it to the pitcher, and I knew that we had to just take off for home in order to make it, and that was what I was counting on. What I didn't count was just to stand there with the ball, but it worked. So sometimes you just feel like give the glory to God. That was one of those moments where luck was on our side or fate was on our side.
Okay, we go front row right.
Brady Vernon, South America. Just when we talked preseason, you talked a lot about Haley's potential and talent, and just to see that kind of arise at the biggest moments, how cool has that been for you?
She's an enormous talent, and she's also extremely hard worker, extremely good student. She's extremely sensitive. So my coaching style and her learning style, I probably wasn't the right coach for her the first month of the season. And finally I caught on, like when I said anything critiquing her, it just cut her. And once I learned that, then I just have to always, she doesn't need push, she's pushing herself. Once I understood her personality and her work habit and her desire, just to encourage her and just keep building her with positivity. Once we did that, we hit another level. And I think if you go back to the very beginning of the season, it was pretty, we start off with we struggled to hit early. And then when she got going, she just caught fire. Then she's been a lull or two, which is normal for freshmen. And the scouting reports will find something, and you got to fix it and take that away. And she's just special. And the same way on her defense in the fall, I kept going home saying she never makes an error. Like the kid never makes an error in practice, ever. And that's not normal. And then season started, and you look at the first half of season, first 25 games, there was like errors, and they were like the easiest balls in the world. But one day we just leave her alone. Don't bother her. Don't talk to her. Don't say a word. Just leave her alone. And man, when she got going, it's been unreal. Her defensive play and her talent level allows her to be highly successful when she's comfortable. So just an enormously talented athlete, but also that kid that is always early, always late to leave practice. I brag on Nija's work habit all the time. Haley's right there trying to emulate everything she does. And that's a really good aspect of our program to have her leadership and know it's going to be here for a few years.
Okay, we go second row left.
Nathan Geese, Lubbock Avalanche Journal. We obviously know everything about Nija and how good she is, but how important is it for Haley and Michaela and Reagan to have those moments and kind of you can rely on everybody to kind of step up in different aspects when you need them the most?
Yeah, I think it's really important to give them a chance. Like give kids chances to help us. Because you're asking them to get up at 8:30 and go to hitting at 9 o'clock. And, we've had to work, we're not the juggernaut and we don't have that talent maybe that some of the top programs has been around for a while. We've worked really hard to get where we can score runs, but we know we got to work really hard. And so I'm asking everybody in the dugouts working really hard. Everybody's doing the same thing every day. And they may only get one at bat, but that one at bat's really important for them mentally to know that they had an opportunity to help their teammates and to play for their sisters in the dugout. Because that's what it has to be, like a sisterhood. It has to be become like a family of players that they're fighting for each other, and that's your strongest emotional. That you get more power out of that emotionally than any other thing when you get them playing to take care of their family. And so you got to give them a chance. You got to put them in. And Reagan Jennings has got a really nice. You look at she pinch hits well. She also pinch hits really well on any flat pitch or curveball, rise ball. That's where she's at her very best. So it was a good matchup for her. And I was just playing a hunch there. And I hope. I don't even remember, I think it may have been Demi, but they can't take that personal. It doesn't have anything to do with them. It's got everything to do with giving Reagan a chance to impact our team, especially when I didn't get her in last night. No, I did get her in last night. I didn't get Logan in last night, so I had to get him in. I thought I want him to have a chance to help us. So,
All right, last question would be from Eric Lopez on Zoom.
Eric Lopez, D1 softball coach. You were obviously pretty animated there early on in the ball game and fired up. How much of that was to fire up your team and a lot of your players that haven't been in this stage before?
You talking about the umpire?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Steve Gould's really good. I've watched him umpire for years and years. He's a tremendous umpire. And he's here for a reason. He's a tremendous umpire. But he's calling the World Series zone, and they're doing exactly what they've been asked to do at the World Series. And we talk about it in our bullpens, take the umpire out of the equation. You've got to pound the zone early, and once you get ahead in the count, then the batters will swing at anything like they normally do. But he's a veteran umpire. And he was I told him, I said, you made up your night easier and my night easier when he gave me the warning. He had to warn me. I gave him no choice but to give me the warning. But I thought it was really important for my team to know, like, hey, I'm going to fight for you here. I've got to fight for you because they're still learning me and they're still learning who I am. And it was nothing at all to do with Steve. It was everything to do with with me making sure my team knew I was going to battle for him. And he's a tremendous umpire. And his strike zone, I'm sure when we watch it, it's going to be just like it always is, a tremendous strike zone. But it's a World Series strike zone. And catchers and pitchers and coaches don't always like it, but it's a true strike zone. And it's what we need here at Oklahoma City.